My name is Matt Nastos. I am a writer of television, film, novels, all kinds of stuff. Used to be a comic book artist, and I am a sex idol to millions. Fans. I love the fans, and everything is awesome, except getting crop dusted. That's probably the worst. It happens so many times. You could just get somebody, and you can see. Usually they're coming, and they kind of shuffle a little bit, and you're like, oh, here it comes. So yeah, getting crop dusted is the worst part. The best part is hanging out with the fans, talking to them, that kind of stuff. The kids are awesome. The kids are the whole reason we have jobs, and we get to do what we do. So. George Perez. I've worked in comics back in the 90s for like 10 years, and he was the one guy I never met. And as a kid growing up in the 70s and the 80s, he was the man, or one of the men. And I never met him, and I met him last year in Vegas, and I couldn't talk. And it's funny because like I've had dinner with George Lucas and like Francis Ford Coppola and all that kind of stuff, but I geeked out over George Perez. Like I couldn't talk to him. And I have an amazing picture of. I went to when they were taking my picture with him, we were waiting, I was fooling around, so I leaned over to like make like I was going to kiss him, and he turned and kissed me. It was the best picture ever. So like other people have sketches from George Perez, but I got herpes. So that's the best. Yeah, Elf Lord Reborn. One of my mentors right out of school was a guy named Barry Blair, who created Aerosol Comics and Elf Lord and Samurai and a bunch of stuff. And we had been talking about bringing Elf Lord back about 5 years ago, and he passed away while we were working on it. And so I finally got back into the mindset to do it. And I launched a Kickstarter for it. I'm doing it through Outland Entertainment. And I think it's going to be a pretty crazy comic. It's like hardcore action. It's over the top. It's like an 80s or a 90s action movie, but done as a fantasy comic. So I don't think there's anything like it right now. Well, I mean, for breaking in, if you've got the ability and your work is good, one of the hardest things now versus like when I was starting is there are so many really good people out there. And so what you have to do is become something more than just a submission to the people. So you have to interact with them. It's all about kind of branding, but on a personal level. Like follow people on Twitter, interact with them, show them you're a person, and then let them see your art. And so I think bonding with people is the best way to get work now. Yeah, it's really all about like who you know, but it's more who knows you. So like if somebody has seen you over and over and over again and your work pop up, they're going to respond better if you go looking for work. They're like, oh, I've seen you on here, and I've seen you here, and I've seen you at shows. So becoming a person is kind of more important now even than your talent. One of the hardest things is comic shops. The direct market is really set up for it's Marvel and DC's sales channel, and that's how it was developed. It's their distribution channel, and so any independent, and even the larger ones like Image and Dark Horse and stuff, they're basically going into a sales channel that was developed for another company. And when you do that, you can't really complain about people not buying your work because it's not your sale. It's like going to McDonald's and trying to sell your hamburgers in the parking lot. And so the hardest thing is getting your work out there and finding markets and an audience that is open to your work. And I think a lot of people just want to sell to comic book stores. And you have to, in this day and age, you have to get outside of that and find a bigger audience out in the mainstream. Oh, well, I have two. Babylon 5, I worked on Babylon 5 as a storyboard artist back in the 90s. I would love to write Babylon 5 stuff. The other one is Shogun Warriors. So Shogun Warriors, Kambatra, Raideen, and Vanguard Ace. So it'd have to be those three.